What's up, everybody? It's your boy Andrew RFC back here, and today we are going to start looking at some of the FIFA 19 ratings that I think are going to be coming out into FIFA 19. Now, here's the thing, this is more so my opinions on what I would rate a lot of the players and just where I think they should be going forward. And I like to think I have a decent understanding of how EA and FIFA do the ratings for the game. So I'm kind of taking that into consideration. A lot of it with age based off last performance, and as well, I think the World Cup performance is going to affect a lot of players on how they do. And as you can see by the thumbnail and everything else, we are going to be looking at Liverpool first. Probably right now, other than Man City, the hottest team in at least the Premier League, in my opinion. They've been garnishing, obviously, a lot of interest because of, well, just the players they have, and a lot of people think they will vastly improve over this year with some of the signings, as you could already see on the screen. Now, if you are new though to the channel, make sure you do leave a thumbs up and subscribe, as well as we are going to be doing more teams, and comment down below which teams you want to see, what I think each player will get the rating for the upcoming season. So how I lined up the team is a mixture of how Liverpool has lined up in their last couple games, as well as how I would kind of line them up. It's a bit of a mix of both, but it's more so about the ratings. Ignore the stats, I would say, more so than anything. They're kind of more just projections and whatnot, but it's more so about the overall rating heading into FIFA 19. So we'll start with the bench players, as I mentioned over here. We have the likes of Matip first up, and I have him dropping down one from 83 to 82. Reason being was he kind of played on and off last year, and I feel like there are other center back options on Liverpool, and I see him just kind of losing that one rating. Not too big of a deal. I still think he's going to be very usable in a lot of the teams overall, and still a decent looking card. Next up, we got Gomez. Right beside him, the other Liverpool center back, the young man. I believe he's only like 21 years old. I got him bumping up to a 74 rated silver card. He was, I believe, in the 60s or very low 70s as of last FIFA, but I have him bumping up just underneath the gold. I think if he keeps playing and does play well, he will get a January upgrade if that's when they do decide to do it, into a gold card, probably like a 76 rated card. I think he is a good player. I just think it's a little bit too soon to give him that gold upgrade just yet. Beside him, we have the very unfortunate injury that happened to Alexander Oxlade-Chamberlain. Now, Chamberlain obviously did get hurt right near the end of the season last year, missing out on the Champions League final and the World Cup. But what was noted a lot about him was that he was playing in the center of the park. And I also have him upgraded to an 81. If you could get a center mid with these stats, 88 pace, 77 passing, and 84 dribbling, if that is what his card does end up looking like, especially being in the center of the field, I feel like this is going to be a heck of a card for next year to use as a cam in really any Premier team, especially if you're starting off and you're able to pack him. I would love to have a card like this. But 81, I think, is fair. He had a very good season under Jurgen Klopp last year, and I feel like he deserves at least a bit of an upgrade. It's a shame that we're not going to see him too much this year, as he does get over the injury. Up next, we got Adam Lallana, and I got Lallana dropping down. I believe he was an 83 last year and going to an 81. I think this one is only fair, in my opinion, just because I don't think Lallana is really that good and has that much effect for Liverpool. I think he's a solid depth player for them, but really other than that, nothing really too much more. So I did drop him. I dropped some of his stats. Again, it's more so about the overall rating. I just don't see him being an 83. I also don't see him being an 82, but I think 81 is kind of fair. And of course, if he does get informs or an upgrade in January, I think it leaves a lot of room for fair cards to go forward. Up next, right beside Adam Lallana, we got the likes of Daniel Sturridge, and I have him downgrading, I believe it's by 2. I think he was an 82 last year as well in FIFA 18, and going down to an 80. I think this one's only fair. He was on loan and obviously didn't do much either when he was at West Brom, I believe it was. And also, I think he's going to be okay for Liverpool this year as long as he can stay healthy, and of course with the support in front of him, which we are going to get to in just a bit. I think he will have that upgrade and maybe has the chance if Firmino goes down, or if he just gets some game time as a sub. There's obviously room where he can improve, but I feel like an 80 is an okay rating for Sturridge. His stats aren't still too bad for an 80 rated striker: 74 pace, 80 shooting, and 78 dribbling as well. The first ones to watch card that we are looking at is Shaqiri, who came over, of course, from Stoke City. 82 was his rating last year, and I think 82 is an absolutely fair rating as well. Going into this one, especially as a ones to watch, it'll leave him room. He's more coming off the bench for Liverpool because, of course, Mo Salah does play on the right-hand side. But again, I left this card basically the exact same from last FIFA just because I think it is a fair rating. He is a very skilled player and a good one, and also should be a once-to-watch item as well, which is going to be a big investment as well if you are into trading in FIFA 19, because he is going to have that room to upgrade as well. He is on a big Premier League team and going to be in the Champions League as well. Up next, we got the right back Nathaniel Clyne, who a lot of people always thought when he signed for Liverpool he was going to be their guy. Ended up not really getting it, had some injuries as well, so I did drop him down to an 80 and to a non-rare card as well. He was an 81 or 82 in FIFA 18, but I decided to drop him just because he wasn't playing as much either. He kind of lost out on the starting job. Still a decent and okay looking card for a starter squad, but I feel like an 80 downgrade is absolutely fair. Now, I have Lois Karius in the squad right now, and the reason being is because apparently he might be going to Besiktas on a 2-year loan, but when I made the team, this wasn't final yet. So I did drop him down, though, to a 79. I think this one is quite obvious. He kind of let Liverpool down, not only in the Champions League, even in preseason, he didn't look too good, and even during the Premier League season, he never really looked at the best in what they were kind of hoping for. So I think a downgrade for Karius is going to be called for, and I just feel like EA is going to do it just because of all like the jokes and the memes and everything else about him. Up next, we got the next ones to watch card for Liverpool, and that is Fabinho. Fabinho I'm keeping at an 84 rated, which was his Monaco rating as well. Again, I feel like it is a fair rating. He had a good season over in the French League. And moving over to the Premier League, obviously is going to be a bit of a switch for him, but 84 I feel like is a fair route to go for him. And again, it leaves that room for improvement. I kept his stats about the same. I think I gave him maybe a little bit more physical because he is a physical player. He just has to kind of adapt to the Premier League style is the only thing. Giorgio Wijnaldum is coming in at an 81 for my ratings for FIFA 19. Again, a solid looking card, especially in the middle. You could kind of compare him to Oxlade-Chamberlain, just with a little bit less pace, a little better shooting, less passing, less dribbling, but I think they are overall going to be kind of a similar card. So that's kind of what I based Oxlade-Chamberlain's stats and overall was off of what Wijnaldum's card was last year. And I made them kind of similar to about the same just because I feel like that's how they're going to kind of do the rating. They are similar style players, so I see that being the case. I'm going to move over to the goalkeeper and the defenders for Liverpool. And as you can see right away, we have a third ones to watch for the Liverpool squad, and that is Alisson Becker. The goalkeeper, who is a very talented goalkeeper, was the number 1 for Brazil at the World Cup, getting past Ederson as well, the number 1 at Roma last year, and is now the starter for Liverpool. What an upgrade they made. He's already been very good in the Premier League and doing a lot of good things. So I have him upgraded to an 83 from last year because I feel like he's going to get around the same rating as Ederson. I feel like both of them are good in their own right in kind of similar ways as well. So I do have him at an 83, again leaving that room for improvement if he does get a lot of informs and upgrades for one to watch. Next up, we got the back four, and we're going to start at the right back spot, and that's Trent Alexander-Arnold. I have Trent Alexander-Arnold being upgraded quite a bit. I believe he was a silver last year and then a gold near the end. But I feel like a 77 rated is good. I do have him as a non-rare, despite him obviously being a very popular player, but still decent looking stats if they were to look something like that for a 77 rated right back. Definitely amazing for, I think, a starter team, and even for a little bit going forward, where you could kind of upgrade other spots and then kind of slowly move into Alexander-Arnold. Up next, we got the center back, Dejan Lovren. Obviously, a lot of talk always about this guy, if he even is as good as many people do say. 57 pace, 82 defending, 83 physical is what I got him. I did give him an upgrade because, well, he was the center back going into the Champions League final, as well as the World Cup final with Croatia, where, you know what, he was a little bit decent, made his mistakes here and there, but you could see there was some improvement in Lovren. I think as the season does go on, he could lose the job possibly to Matip as well, or even Gomez, but I'm giving him an 81 rating. Virgil van Dijk, I have that 84 going into FIFA 19, just because I think he is so rock solid. He was good on a very bad team at Southampton, and I think he is going to be a very big difference for Liverpool going forward this season. So I do have him upgraded to an 84 spot. I think that one is pretty simple as well. Over at left back, we got the likes of Robertson, who I have upgraded as well to a 78 going into FIFA 19. I think, again, a decent little left back, a good one for starter squads as well. Nothing over the top because him and Trent Alexander-Arnold obviously are both coming off two very good seasons, but you don't want to upgrade these cards like crazy to pass the 80 overall. after kind of one season, make them go absolutely crazy. But I think these are fair ratings, again, leaving those spots where they can improve and upgrade throughout the year, where it will be fair and their stats will still be very good as the upgrades do come in. We're moving on now into the midfielders of the team, obviously not the same ones on the bench, and as you can see, we are starting off right away with another ones to watch card, and that is Keita. And I feel like Keita's going to get an 84. I believe he was an 83 at the start of the year, but if you want to take into account already what he's been doing for Liverpool in the first 2 games of the regular Premier League season, as well as preseason, and his success with Red Bull, I think 84 is an absolutely fair rating. He's been immense for the first 2 games of the season for Liverpool. And again, being a ones to watch, I feel like this is going to be a very good one to invest if you get the coins or if you pack him, because we've seen it in the past. He's gotten a lot of informs and upgrades at the likes of Red Bull, and then he could possibly do it again here with Liverpool, especially again with the Champions League card items. If that does affect ones to watch, I feel like this one is going to be upgraded probably at some point to close to an 88, and his stats are going to be crazy. Again, I have him at 84, kept his stats mainly the same, but already 88 dribbling, 80 passing, 72 shooting. That card goes to 88, you're looking at close to the 80 club on everything, maybe except for defending and physical. Jordan Henderson is next to him, usually the Liverpool captain other than the guy to the left to him. An 82 rating I feel is fair for Jordan Henderson. He's not a bad player, he's not a great player, but he's a very good utility player and a very good player to fit the Liverpool style. So I feel like an 82 CDM card is what is going to be called for Jordan Henderson. James Milner used to play left back for Liverpool for a bit, then moved to the center of the park, and you know what? He's been actually very, very solid for Liverpool. I've become a big fan of watching James Milner now, just because he seems so smart and as kind of that utility player as well. So I gave him a kind of a big upgrade on his passing to about 83, and just gave him a well-rounded card, obviously except for pace. I don't think EA is going to give him a lot of pace, just because he is a little bit older and he doesn't do as much running. But you could see between the shooting, passing, dribbling, defending, and the physical, I think this would be a very solid center mid card, especially with an 81 rating. We now move to the front 3 of Liverpool, which is probably the most popular spot of this team overall. And you got the likes of Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino, and Mohamed Salah. And I think they are all going to be getting upgrades this year. Now, I will be totally honest. I am not the biggest fan of Roberto Firmino, but I do understand why people like him, because he is a good player. Just he's not personally my type of player. But I got him going to about an 85 rating. And again, very decent stats. More so a dribbler, a pretty decent shooting in 84, and 82 passing as well. I think he will be a very good striker for the year. Now I have Mane currently as an 85, but I thought about even rising him up to about an 86. But I feel like 85 will be fair, because again, Mane is going to be a player throughout the year that is going to get informs, potentially player of the month, Champions League items. He's going to be all over the place. So I feel like an 85 base card to start the game is going to be absolutely fair. Giving him an upgrade as well in his shooting, his dribbling, and his passing, I think it's going to be a very solid card if you could pull that one off early. And of course, the main man, Mohamed Salah, 88 rated, 94 pace, 84 shooting, 82 passing, and 89 dribbling. Now, I would even argue I probably should have made his dribbling about 90 as well, but again, Salah is going to be a player that is going to be getting a lot of cards throughout the year, but I think he deserves a huge upgrade to 88, undoubtedly the best player in the Premier League last year, as well as probably around the world, you could even argue, having a good Champions League campaign beside Firmino and Mane as well. But I think 88 is a good start for him. I wouldn't put him at 90 just yet. I feel like he has to have maybe one more very good year before you can make the argument of Salah being about a 90 rated card. So that's my opinions on the FIFA 19 ratings for the Liverpool players. Of course, I want to know your opinions down in the comments below. If you are new, make sure you do subscribe. And as well, let me know which team you do want to see next. We're going to be doing a lot of these going forward as well. Going to have a lot of FIFA 19 gameplay, hopefully, all coming very, very soon for you as well. Nonetheless, though, it's been your boy Andrew RFC. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Goodbye.